Democratic hopeful Paul Nolley, who hopes to unseat Republican Darren LaHood from the 16th District, announces two major union endorsements in Belvedere Tuesday.
Yeah, Nolley says the Illinois AFL-CIO and the UWA Illinois State Cap Council have endorsed his campaign, representing a wide variety of union workers and households, including local unions in the state line. During Monday's announcement, Nolley also shared his vision for what he calls a pro-worker industrial policy at the federal level.
I am 100% pro-worker and pro-union candidate. I have been before I even considered running for office, have been since I was a young person. And I sought their endorsement out because I believe in what they stand for. I believe, for one, in domestic manufacturing and expanding and strengthening facilities like the Belvedere Assembly Plant and beyond.
A first-of-its-kind report reveals what